Happy December 23rd. Beautiful Wednesday evening, 2 days before Christmas, 2 days after the winter solstice. And hello, Ilo. And boy, there's so many wonderfully beautiful goddesses to celebrate this time of year. It is the time of light. Everywhere we go. Of course, it's the winter solstice that we've just moved through, which means that we're still in that period of time when the sun is standing still. The 3 days before and after, that's what solstice means. Sun stands still. The 3 days before and after the winter solstice on December 21st, we have this moment, this pause, before the sun starts to make its way north again. And very, very slowly, it won't feel like that too quickly. We won't begin to feel it till probably the beginning of February. Hey Lou, wonderful to see you. Happy solstice, she says, so true. But we are honoring the light, and literally cultures all over the world. So I had a hard time choosing. So what I'd love to bring to you today is a goddess that really most of us have heard of. I feel like the last couple have been ones that aren't as familiar to us, and that is the Egyptian goddess Isis. And you can see my Instagram friends, I have to move my camera a little bit, but Facebook, I think I've positioned her so you can see my wonderful, she's probably my biggest statue, my wonderful Isis statue. And she is the Egyptian, she's one of the most powerful. She didn't start out that way, but she is one of the most powerful goddesses in the Egyptian pantheon. That's a Greek word, but and she's the queen of the heavens. She is the goddess of life and death and magic, and women, the protectress of women and children and fertility. And why I'm bringing her in now, that she, like many major goddesses, have several celebration points during the year, during the wheel of the year. Big one is in March, another one is in August, but she also, and this is where it's so relevant for this time of year, she also is celebrated around now along with virgin mothers from all over the world. And we know in this very Christian country that Mother Mary, the Virgin Mary, gave birth to, or so they say, to her son on December 24th. But this time of year, also around the solstice, was when virgin mothers all over the world gave birth to sons. Sun with an S-O-N, but it's also, we are rebirthing the sun right now too. I mean, the cosmos are doing that right now too, so it's a little interchangeable. Birthing of sons, the sun, our luminous sun, but also sons. I think Freya gives birth to Baldur. What was his name? Mithras was also a sun god who was born around this time. Isis gives birth to Horus. So it's not just in the Christian tradition, it's actually in several different traditions that there were virgins. I'm looking at some other ones. Rhiannon gave birth to Pryderi, Demeter to Persephone, and there's a whole amazing myth, the Demeter-Persephone myth, in terms of going underground, going into the darkness, and coming back out to the light. And in fact, on Christmas Eve, December 24th, in the Anglo-Saxon countries, they honored what they called Modronite. Modronicht, I'm not sure how you'd say that in German. Apologies to any German on the call. And that was the night of mothers. So this is very much, and at that point, it was a night where they honored mothers awakening, and apparently the next day, mothers ran around and gave gifts. This was obviously pre-Christian Judeo times. So and all of this revolves around the solstice. All of it revolves around the sun coming back, the light coming back to the earth. And Isis, while she's often thought of to be a moon goddess, because she is queen of the heavens, she also is a sun goddess. So we're celebrating her rebirth this time too. And in fact, one of her titles was Lady of the Lights. And there's documentation in ancient scripts and texts that she was honored by lights being lit everywhere. And in fact, around whatever their New Year's Eve would be, for us, we equate it with the one that we're familiar with, but lamps were set out this time of year in her honor. And Yamaya was another one like that. Well, I thought I was going to do that next week, but I think we may save her for the summer since she's more. But see, she's another one. Like I said, it's a little tricky to figure out which goddesses to honor at which time of year, because most of them had several different feast days or festival days, and it really depends on in what countries they were honored. If they for those that came from the Yoruban culture in Africa, that was honored differently there than it was when they got here in Cuba or in Brazil. So we want to be, however we do it, we want to respectfully embrace the multifaceted honoring in so many ways of the divine feminine, which is what we're all about here. So honoring, and this week we are honoring the divine feminine in her persona as Isis, Queen of Heaven. There she is. And I've got a couple little lights here, kind of moving my screen around for the Instagram folks, but my Facebook view is a wide one. So I'm looking to see if there's anything else I wanted to give you a heads up on. I think I focused on Isis as opposed to some of these many other ones because, as I said, she was one of the ones who was considered a virgin mother who gave birth to a son, and a mother energy in general, which is what Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow night, which is what that was all about. So in that light, I think I was going back and forth. There's so many, and we actually sang several. We had a really beautiful winter solstice celebration, virtual celebration, of course, with my UU church, the Fourth Universalist Society, on Monday night. And this is one that we've sung sometimes. And I think this is the one I want to teach you, this beautiful chant that really reminds us to bring light into our lives. And the metaphors for light and darkness, obviously it's what's going on in the cosmos and the world around us right now in this time of the darkest, the shortest days and the longest nights, this time when darkness is giving birth to the sun. But it's also within us, we fight. So many of us fight the dark and the cold, and yet our rhythms, our bodily rhythms, really need that time to kind of hibernate and to go within. So this one is acknowledging the return of the light, and I have to start it down low enough because it goes pretty high. And some of you may know this, and you can see my candles, choo choo choo, choo choo choo. And it goes like this. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, bring to us beauty, wisdom, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, bring to us beauty, wisdom, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, bring to us beauty, wisdom, and joy. So, you can use that as your own mantra to welcome back the sun, to acknowledge yourself as a bearer of light. This is the time of year when the sun may not get as high in the sky as it does in the summer or even a few months from now, but we always carry that light within. And heaven knows, Isis knows, that if there was ever a time that we need the light, which is what my focus has been this December, it is this, to bring the light of the divine feminine back, whether you're male or female, to really honor the light within you and be able to spread that in your own environment, within your family, within your community, and if we're all doing enough of it, letting it roll out to the world. Thank you for being here, and rise up. Let your own flame, your own inner flame, rise up and float out. Thanks so much for being with me. Happy solstice, and we'll see you next Wednesday, the day before New Year's Eve. Blessings. Namaste.